And we are at assignment number 2, which is journals. And a total of 3 journals are due during this course, and they're worth 25% of your final grade. So week 1, 4, and 6 are when the journals are due, and you have to complete it by Sunday night of that particular week. Now the important thing here is that it will focus on your personal experience with the course material. What did you understand by it, and where do you think you could apply it? So my suggestion would be to use the questions below, these 3 questions, as headings and answer each one of them. Okay, so the first question is, how did the material illuminate and or change your view of yourself? So by reading this, has anything changed for you? Have you got a new perspective on some of your clients? Do you understand better why people behave in a certain way? And also, how did it change your view of others? Maybe you never thought of, for example, how would a person who is not able to articulate or speak, how do they express their trauma? And looking at groups of people who do not have the same abilities as we do, or you know, how does poverty, how does race maybe contribute to trauma? And so how does it change your view of others? And then the last one is using concrete examples of modalities and cases. How could what you learned about trauma be addressed in your practice? If you do not have a practice, you could give a personal response, and or you could use a character from a movie or a book or someone you know, and then apply what you have learned to them. Okay. Now this is important. You are required to cite and reference at least half of the assigned readings, videos, and PowerPoints in answering questions 1 and 2. So if you're referencing Rothschild, for example, or Van der Kolk, you could say you have to give an APA style citation. Okay, so use your own words, okay, and cite everything. So this is really important. Please do not directly lift a quote from the book and put it here. You can talk about how it impacted you, and you can paraphrase it. And here's a link to the paraphrasing video, which I think Jen posts all of these videos, and they're extremely helpful. So here's the grading rubric. It's out of 10 possible points. Maximum points are for a description of how what you learned about trauma could be addressed in your practice. So again, if you do not have access to clients right now, you can use characters from movies or books and apply these techniques or learnings to them. The rest is worth 2 points each. So description of how the material illuminated or changed your view of yourself. You know, so sometimes, for example, people have told me, students have told me that they did not realize that trauma impacts the brain so much, and this information gave them a different perspective on themselves and the life experiences that they had been through. Okay, so a description of that, and a description of how it illuminated or changed your view of others. And there's the APA style format is absolutely required. Okay, so this is the second assignment, and it is worth 25% of your grade, due on Sunday of week 1, 4, and 6.